Well, hi everyone. I'm John Rethlin with my review of AEW Dynamite, and while not my favorite episode of Dynamite in a while, there were more positives than negatives, but I can't ignore some of the negatives, like a couple matches that went a little bit too long. That being said, I do want to say, in case some people have missed it in other reviews, I've actually really enjoyed Dynamite more than weekly NXT, since this whole Wednesday Night War started. But it's just nice to have two wrestling shows where the fans can just enjoy what they're doing. You can watch them at the same time, watch one, and then the other, whatever. It's just really, really great. But there were a couple moments I'm going to touch on that I didn't really enjoy, and you probably can guess what things I didn't enjoy. So, Shivani, Excalibur, and JR on commentary. They need to not have JR commentate on every single match, especially the women's matches. JR just doesn't give a shit about the women. He doesn't. Or if he does, he's not doing a good job conveying it. So, we start off right in the ring, Omega and Paige making their entrances, and they take on Dustin and Cutie Marshall with Brandy. Brandy is going to find a way to get on this fucking show one way or another. Cody's nepotism project. AEW Tag Team Championship match. Now, Dustin got rocked earlier, and, it was like a spot where Omega's knees just inadvertently hit him. It was an accident. These things happen. But Dustin looked like he, either got his bell rung, concussed, whatever. He was a bit of a step off. Now, he hit some good moves afterwards, so maybe he was perfectly okay, and he was just a little bit off for a bit. The match wasn't that bad. Shivani, kept reading letters from Britt because she had this little, clothesline thing set up where she kept running letters to him. It was really funny. And JR said, oh, she's a little soldier for being here, isn't she? Because JR just has to take the piss out of the women again. And JR then says, Cody helped QT get, a job there and helped him, whatever. Which, we all know that. We saw QT's thing on, a little bit of a special on AEW Dark, so that's okay, and QT's made the most of it, and hey, his, little gymnasium or his little training facility hosted some of the AEW tapings, so hey, he's paid off, and I don't think he's really all that bad in the ring. He's in a fine mid-card tag team. The match was fine. There were a lot of spamming moves. Allie comes out and distracts, which is easy to do, because Allie is a very beautiful woman, and last call for 3, Allie was the disappoint because QT took the pin. And Anna Jay vignette. She wants to prove herself. She hasn't had that many matches, but she wants to prove herself. So Anna Jay, who I believe has been signed by AEW, takes on Abadon, who took on Hikaru Shida. She's a weird, spoopy, gothy chick, and she beats Anna Jay in 2 minutes. Anna got in some offense, but, Abadon beat her, and then Abadon apparently did get signed by AEW. That's terrific. Fucking terrific. They need more women that have personality and also aren't that bad in the ring, that are not Brandy in the goddamn ring. I'm sorry, I hate to harp on it, but Brandy should not be in a fucking match anymore. Abadon, though, I like Abadon. I like Anna Jay. I'm interested to see, where both these women go as far as their AEW careers. This was good. It served its purpose. But then the Dark Order shows up just to bring everything to a motherfucking halt. Look, drop it. Fucking drop this stupid fucking game. Drop it. It's fucking rotten. There are people that can like it if you like it. If you're watching this, that's fine. But I fucking hate it. I regret saying that Brody Lee should leave WWE to go to AEW to do some other stuff, because this is a fucking atrocious gimmick. It's bad. No amount of resetting, no amount of nothing is going to help. This is worse than the WWE version of the NWO. This is worse than when TNA did Fortune, because Fortune actually has some talent, but then it all got muddled and everything. This is worse than Aces and Eights. This is worse than a lot of things, because you can have some talent in there. It doesn't fucking matter. They're all presented as fucking losers, because this gimmick is death. It died when they did that whole thing to end 2019, when, Uno and Grayson did what they did with the Bucks. It died then. It was already dead before. This is a bad gimmick. They hand a contract to Colt, and I guess it's going to be Colt and Brody Lee against Private Party next week. Hooray! We get to have Colt in the Dark Order. One of the more interesting characters that AEW got, a veteran, and they're going to have him join this fucking death gimmick. So, enough anger. Let's get back to the positivity. Oh, they help Anna Jay out of the ring. Great, let's put Anna Jay in the Dark Order and just ruin her goddamn career right there. Shivani then says, I got another letter from Britt, and Britt says Aubrey is a conspirator. And why does she have a job? Because every time Britt was in the ring, she got injured. So then we have MJF versus Billy. We get antics in this match, as you would expect. MJF playing chicken shit heel. And doing some really good job with that. Billy doing some good shit as well, even at the stage of his career that he is, in his mid to late 50s. I think he's close to 60. And whatever, I mean, it looks great. He can still move well in the ring. Wardlow and Austin Gunn are there. Also, Colton Gunn, I believe that's his other son, Billy's other son, looks just like him. It's like a clone. Colton Gunn. That was terrible. I'm not apologizing, but it was terrible. So MJF then said to Aubrey at one point when she didn't count to 3 correctly, you got one job, honey. That was kind of funny. Yeah, it ends up with the ring, the ring being brought in, the diamond ring, fist the ring, 1, 2, 3, there you go. That's really what it was. That's what it came down to. Then MJF and Jungle Boy get in each other's faces, and then Stunt tries doing something, because, we have the Dark Order there, so let's get this stupid little twerp in. Just stop having Stunt in any kind of brawl or any kind of anything, because I can't take it seriously then. Also, nice job on keeping distance with everybody. Let's just have a fucking brawl. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. There's a brawl with absolutely, just everybody. And they decide to make a match out of it basically for next week. So then we get the Sex Gods, Jericho and Sammy Guevara talking about Orange Cassidy. Jericho said that Alex Marvez has a fat head. That's about it. Oh, then, Orange Cassidy got pulped. So, puns, I appreciate it. Shivani with Britt. And Britt says, you were in a lot of shit. We are in a friendship timeout. And then Britt is in her little cart and everything, and tells Rebel or Reba to take her away. And then Swole's there. Where to, Stephanie? If you've seen the end of Backlash 99, you know what I'm talking about. Where to, Teddy? But where to, Stephanie is more famous. So she takes her away. Then Cody with Arn. Cody wondering if he's in the Elite anymore. Is there a Nightmare Family? Arn talks about, hey, you said that this was an open challenge, and I want to bring people in to test you. I know you want to face Hager, but you got to face this guy. Ricky Starks, former NWA television champion, a man that I have met at a couple indie shows. Ricky Starks is fan-fucking-tastic, did great work in the NWA, apparently left the NWA a few weeks ago. I don't blame him, because it's still kind of up in the air what's going to happen with the NWA, and maybe he only had a contract for a little bit. But Ricky Starks is fantastic. He comes out and has a match with Cody. And this is good. This is a good match. Ricky Starks is very good. So is Cody. Cody, sometimes he needs to not do some things in the ring that he does, but it is what it is. There was a bad landing at one point where Cody does a dive and Starks kind of hits his head into the barricade. A lot of hits to the head at this time, but lefts and rights and even a spear. But then a vicious crossroads. I hope Ricky's okay, because that looked vicious. 1, 2, 3. Ricky had a good showing. Cody won, and they're building up towards Cody versus Hager at Fyter Fest. Now we get Super Bad Squad, which has Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc with Penelope Ford versus the Young Bucks. More like the Bucks now at this point. They aren't really the Young Bucks anymore. Okay, this is where the show ground to a halt. I will put the Bucks, Omega, and Paige on, in my top 5 favorite matches of the year. By the end of this year, I will actually be surprised. It's right up there with Suzuki and Nagata and Okada and Naito on Wrestle Kingdom Night 2. But there are times where I can really enjoy the Bucks matches, even though I'm not a fan of them. This was not one of them, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it beyond saying that this match went forever and didn't need to go forever. And I like Kip and Havoc as a tag team. This did not need to go forever like it did. Butcher and Blade, were yelling and everything because they got involved with all the stuff with the Bucks and FTR and all this. So they jumped the rail, and then FTR is there, and they do all this stuff, and then this did go forever. There was a wet floor sign used at one point, which was kind of funny. I mean, because comedy, why not? I don't know who was mopping outside the ring, no idea. Don't know where the mop came from. Don't know who pulled the mop out from where. This got weird. There was, a Kamigoye variation. Ibushi still does it better, and the Bucks get the victory 1, 2, 3. Then B&B, breakfast, bed and breakfast, Butcher and Blade breakfast, B&B. So, them and FTR, a lot of letters here, they all get in a brawl, This was not very good. I didn't particularly enjoy this. And then they got dueling pile driver stuff that they did to both members of Butcher and Blade, so it was what it was. But then you get Taz and Cage. Don't let Cage talk on camera ever. Don't. Cage isn't horrible, he just isn't a natural. Taz also is not, I just can't take him seriously. However, he did mention that he likes to drink protein in private trailers. Not gonna kink shame you here, Taz, you do what you want to do. So, Mox then refers to Cage's path to AEW, coming through and trying to face him, and you better be vicious and everything, and Yeah, this is where I started to really tune out of the show. I don't care about Mox versus Cage. It'll be good. I just don't care. I just don't care about it. And then Sammy versus Matt, Lee Cabana versus Kiss and Janela next week. So so they're not going to face Private Party next week. I thought they were going to, but then we get Wardlow and Luchasaurus and Lumberjack match and a couple other things. I think John Moxley's in action also. I forget what the other match is. And then Britt is found in the trash. And then Reba is fired, then hired back and everything, and she's trying to get her out of there. And she says, I'm going to get you swole and your little dog too. She actually didn't say that, but it would have been funny. Then Matt joins commentary for this. So we get Les Gods, Jericho and Guevara versus the Best Friends. No Orange Cassidy. This is the Best Friends putting their number one contendership on the line because of what Jericho did to Orange Cassidy, hitting him with a bag of oranges. Because we needed to not take this seriously at all. The Best Friends attack early, then the match kind of slows down. Guevara's really good. Jericho physically looks like shit. I mean, I'm sorry. I know there's a pandemic going on. I know he's almost 50. I get it. He physically looks like shit. He just can't go anymore. He just can't. I mean, he's modifying it to do what he can, but he's got to hang up his boots soon. He's really got to, because otherwise it's just going to get sad to watch him as opposed to what it is now. He's great in commentary, though. And then Trent gets hit with the bat, but Guevara still can't put him away. And then it was like the variation of the Strong's era where Trent just sits down on him because Sammy got tangled up with the cameraman. Oh no, the cameraman got interfered, even though he didn't mean to. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Orange Cassidy's the cameraman. I know people like Orange Cassidy, whatever. I don't, but you know what? If they want to go with him versus Jericho, fine. Well, whatever. It was fine. I did not hate this show. Despite any of the negative stuff I had to say about it, I did not hate this show. There were just things I didn't like, and if they don't get rid of the Dark Order, then I'm going to have to keep talking about how shit the Dark Order is, and how shit it is that they already wrecked what Brody Lee's doing. Anyway, and also don't wreck Anna Jay already by having her join the Dark Order. It's a bad idea. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.